How's it going? It's Movies with James. Today we are talking all about my Criterion collection and what I have on my shelves. I am getting a decent order coming in here, arriving here soon in the next couple of days, which I did take part of that Barnes & Noble 50% off the entire Criterion collection sale. So if you're a fan of some amazing films, very different, all of them, they have a massive library of films to choose from. Many cult classics, many other classics, but a lot of really good films. So go to barnesandnoble.com after you get done watching this video, because I think you're going to find some picks in my collection that if you don't own, you're probably going to want to check out, especially if they're 50% off. Like, how can you say no to that? And I'm going to have another video coming out as soon as I get that package in, showing off what I am adding to my personal collection in this year's 50% off sale. So without further blabbing and talking more from me, sorry for kind of rambling on there, but let's just get into my collection and what I own from the Criterion. I'm going to show them off in release number order. So they're not in alphabetical order, not in the order I bought them, but in the Criterion, their release order. So they put numbers on all of their spines. So every time they add a new film to their collection, it gets the new updated number. So I'm going to start off with the oldest number in my collection, and I have talked about this film before on my channel, and that is Dazed and Confused. So that packaging is just absolutely amazing. You got that slip case, opening it up to like kind of the flip style. So you got artwork on the front, some nice artwork on the back as well. Show that off real quick. Inside, you got your discs right there, some more artwork as well. With mini Criterion releases, you get extras. Got a poster on this one. Don't need to open it up, it's a pretty big poster. But I always love the booklets and the essays about the films that we get with a mini Criterion releases. I really appreciate that extra, so you can dive further into that film, find out why it made their collection list, the importance of this film to films in general, and just more about the characters, the directors, the actors involved. So first one, Dazed and Confused. I love that movie. It's a great comedy. Matthew McConaughey is hilarious in it. It's a great coming of age high school story. The next one on my collection that I'm going to show off for you guys today is another great coming of age story, and that is Y Tu Mama Tambien. So this is a Spanish film about two boys on a road trip that meet up with the female, and they explore their sexuality, their coming of age, their life, and it's a very well done tale. It is heart wrenching in moments, and it's you cheering for joy in others. Y Tu Mama Tambien. If you have not checked this one out, I highly recommend it. This is one of my favorite films in my collection of Criterion movies. Y Tu Mama Tambien. Check it out. Next one in my collection is a film from David Lynch. I have not finished this film. I've tried watching it once. I need to revisit and check it out again. I did enjoy what I was watching, but it was very strange. But that's kind of what David Lynch is a little known for, I have a feeling. And that is Maholic Drive. I don't remember too much about this one, so I need to revisit, check it out again, and give this a rewatch. I'm excited for that. I'm gonna plan on doing that here soon. Next couple weeks, I'm gonna be watching a lot of shark movies, so this one's gonna be probably put off till August when I can have time to check that one out. Next in the collection, I have definitely seen this film from start to finish, and I love it. I love horror movies, as you have seen probably on my channel before, and this is one of the OGs, if not the OG, of zombie films for sure. Night of the Living Dead, black and white. I can't say enough about this. This is a lot of fun for horror fans. It is the slow zombies. I have talked about that before, where I like the fast-paced zombies before, but this was shot, I think, in the 1950s. Not 1950s, 1968. So a little bit longer than the 1950s, but still very old. So the slow zombies, that's what they had back in the day. And for the slow zombies, I still love this one. And in black and white, it's a good experience to have. This one's a little bit of a newer film. Definitely has been quoted numerous times. You probably quoted it at least once in your life, or have heard someone quote it. And that is The Princess Bride. It has been way too long since I have seen this movie. I have the Blu-ray. There is a 4K that just got announced. I think it is up for pre-order right now, but it's the exact same packaging. I'm not gonna double dip and upgrade to the 4K. The Blu-ray from Criterion should be just fine enough for me. But I do love this movie. I remember watching it as a kid in my younger days, so I need to check this one out. My wife really enjoys this film as well, so I'll probably have to have movie night with the wife very soon and give this a re-watch from my youth days. The next one in my collection is pretty giant, and I'd say pretty monster sized, and that's fitting because that is Godzilla. So this is the Showa era collection. So these are the films I remember watching as a little kid on Saturday mornings with my dad, watching the good old Godzilla with the man in the suit fighting the other monsters. This is a beautiful release. The only downfall, it is absolutely giant. So I mean, just look at that. So this one is hard to display. It's hard to keep on a shelf, obviously. Put it in your collection. Kind of lives at the bottom of my shelf in my collection, kind of tucked away. But beautiful release. You have many amazing artwork with a book talking about every film in this release. So absolutely gorgeous. I love Godzilla. These old films, even though they're pretty cheesy, take yourself back into when these films were being produced and made and in theaters. The experience that those people were probably having is just like us with all this CGI nonsense that we like to do. I mean, I love some good CGI, but you can't go wrong with practical effects. So this is awesome. The only downfall with this release, and I agree with a lot of people, mine's holding up pretty well right now, but I don't like the sleeves. These discs are really hard to get out of here sometimes. The glue, as you can see, that one's sliding around already. That one too, so these get scratched up. Oh, they're all moving, so yeah, the glue gets too loose, gets heated up or something, and they start slipping. I would have much rather just had the snap case style, just click it in place. I understand what they're trying to do with the artwork. Gotta move them all back in place, sorry guys. But it just risks scratching up the discs and having them move all around. I've seen other collectors have all their discs have been slid down. That is the only drawback with this release. I mean, other than that, it's a perfect release. It has a really unique texture. It feels like Godzilla's skin or something, and it's like leather. Not sure what it is, but I love this release. Big fan of Godzilla. I have all the films in my collection. I love the new Godzilla movies, these old ones. I love the Godzilla from the 90s, 98 Godzilla. I love them all. And I also love Bruce Lee. I love me some good Kung Fu. Also takes me back to my youth watching Kung Fu movies, Westerns, Godzilla films on the TV with my dad or with my younger sister or just by myself. But gotta love Bruce Lee. Great collection. I believe a lot of these films are getting released in 4K and separate releases now, but Blu-rays for me will be okay for now. I might get one or two Bruce Lee films in 4K, but try not to double dip. This is an amazing release. Really happy to have this one. Up next is the original War of the Worlds. This one, let's see, 1953. So that's the one I was thinking of, 1950s. This practical effects for the 1950s was amazingly well done. I think Tim Talks Talkies has talked about those practical effects in this film before on his channel, but after I watched it for the first time earlier this year, I was pretty shocked and surprised by how well done it was for the 1950s. This film is great. I do love the Steven Spielberg, Tom Cruise War of the Worlds as well, but for story, this one has a great story, great plot. For the time in 1950s, top-notch special practical effects. So if you're a fan of older films and you like older sci-fi films especially, do yourself a favor, check out War of the Worlds if you have not seen it. I think you'll be happy with that recommendation. A much newer film than War of the Worlds, and that is going to be Parasite. Parasite's had many great releases, but I went with the Criterion collection because I believe this has the black and white cut as well as the color cut. And extra special features. Nice little slip case again that reveals the full artwork on the back. I do like that quite a bit. I think it's a great release. Parasite, if you have not seen it, 2019 this film came out. This film will blow your mind. It is a mind bender. Great film. It had great award presence. Parasite, probably one of the better films in the Criterion collection. That is definitely one of the most modern films in the Criterion collection as well. Also a film from 2019, and this is when Adam Sandler gets serious and shows us how capable he is of acting, not just being that 90s gag funny man, SNL style funny guy. He gets very serious. This is a dramatic role. Uncut Gems is Adam Sandler at his best. I believe this is a Safdie brothers film. Let's see. I believe it's a Safdie brothers film. It's definitely an A24 film as well. The 4K on this looks great. Criterion does usually a great job with all their transfers and releases. But what you want to take away from this is, like I said earlier, Adam Sandler at his best is not being a comedian. It's being in that more dramatic, serious role. Check Adam Sandler out in Uncut Gems. I think you're going to see a different side of him than you're used to, and I think you're going to like it. Going back to black and white, we're going Raging Bull. Great boxing film. If you're a fan of Rocky, Creed, you like boxing, you're going to like Raging Bull. Black and white. Robert De Niro, I believe, Martin Scorsese picture as well. So some heavy hitters. No pun intended. Raging Bull, black and white, Martin Scorsese, Robert De Niro. You like boxing, you like Creed, you like Rocky, you're gonna like this. Great story, great plot, not just boxing, but it got a good story behind it as well. Check out Raging Bull. Also, another new film that had a great award presence, also in 2019. 2019 was a big year for movies, and we're talking Sound of Metal. This film is beautiful. It is so well done. It is a great story. The acting is absolutely some of the best acting I've seen in recent years. The story, like I said, is great, but it is not just great, it is amazing because it is so well written and thought out. Sound of Metal, basically a hardcore drummer is going deaf, having a hard time with relationship with his girlfriend, band members, all of that. And I don't want to give anything other than that away because this film is beautiful. It is brilliant. So well done. Like I say all the time, do yourself a favor and definitely check this one out if you have not seen it. You are not going to be disappointed. Have your tissues ready. Like I say, you're also going to cheer for joy. I love when you get that range of emotions. Sound of Metal is going to do that for you. This is a must-have in anybody's collection, in my opinion. Next up, we got The Power of Dog, or The Power of the Dog. I have not seen this one yet. It was streaming, but it got a physical release as well, thanks to Criterion. I need to do myself a favor and check this one out. So when I do, look out for a review. I'll talk about it on my channel. If there's any of the other films that you guys want me to talk a little bit more about or give my more thoughts or give a deeper review, please leave that in the comments. If you have a favorite Criterion movie that you think I need to check out that you have not seen in my collection yet, throw that in the comments. I love hearing other people's suggestions for films and hearing different point of views. So that's why I started this channel, is to try to help build a community of talking about our love for movies, collecting physical media, and just try to build each other up. I am going to be bringing back my shout outs, so stay tuned for a bigger update on that here soon. I'm going to do a channel update video in the future. But without talking more about that, let's talk about the last couple of films in my collection, and I think I got 2 left. So thank you if you have stayed this long watching my videos. Thank you. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Let's check out those last 2 movies in my Criterion collection. So up next we got Malcolm X, Spike Lee film. I like to call it a Spike Lee joint. I like that. That's fun. I have not seen this one. I need to watch it. I like the idea of the story. Denzel Washington playing Malcolm X. I have seen scenes of this movie and some longer clips on YouTube, and those scenes seemed very powerful, so I want to get more of that context behind those scenes and really experience it, because that's why I bought it. I need to watch it in whole. So in August, after I kind of have the movies I want to watch planned out for July, I'm going to put this on my August watch list. And last film in my Criterion collection for now, until that order arrives here soon, is Wally. I love Pixar. I own every single Pixar film in 4K. I love Wally. Wally is one of my top Pixar movies. I absolutely love Wally. It is a tearjerker. It is comedic. It is beautifully drawn animation, great soundtrack, great story. It's a top-notch Pixar film, definitely top tier, maybe top 3, maybe top 5 for me personally. But if you have not seen Wally, hey, you're saying I'm an adult, I don't need to watch that. or I don't like Pixar movies, and you haven't given this one a chance, change that. Wally's good. It's a lot of fun. It's going to make you cry. It'll make you laugh. It's going to make you think. Do yourself a favor. Check out Wally. It's that time of day, time of night that I'm out of movies to show you guys. So thank you for watching. Like I said earlier, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Give this video a big old thumbs up. That makes my day. Helps support this channel. Makes me want to make some more videos and show off my collection. Talk more movies with you guys. But as always with Movies with James, it's time for you to go find a good movie. Like Wally. Get some good snacks. And have a good night.